a jolt and then you'll die.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Exquisite back with a brand new video for you guys today. So in today's video, we're going to be doing the fire altar. This is going to be my almost 4.2 million auto team. As you can see, we're using Marrow. I switched out Marrow from, she used to be Neil, just for her attack break, and her attack break is on a 3-turn cooldown and lasts 3 turns, so it's perfect. And she S3s action opportunity into her S2, so then she does a little bit more damage. I built her damage. She'd probably be better tanky, but she does really good damage, I'd say, with her S1 and S3, I think. Yeah, S3. But as you can see at the beginning of the video, there I put a screenshot there. That was my 4 million, my final, like, as much as I've gotten. And this is the rest of it. This is the one I had to do a practice because the first one I recorded whenever I first got 3 million was something happened with recording and it only recorded like the last like 2-3 minutes of it, so I had to do a practice run of it. I used Marrow right after I 6-starred her and switched the ruins from Neil to her, and this is where I got with her. So I think she's amazing. I think she is the best attack break unit for Fire Altar Realm, in my opinion. I've tested a lot of pretty much like all the attack break units except for the Orc, the 2-star. Marrow just seems to be doing the best with it. My Freed, so you would think like Esp would do more damage, but Freed full HS just is insane. She turn cycles so much with the amount of buffs that she's getting from like Gerda, Esperanza with mobility, with Vivian. So I mean, she turn cycles a lot. She did pretty much 2 million by herself. Whenever I did I think actually in this one she does like 1.5, but whenever I got the 4 million, I wasn't expecting 4 million, so I didn't record it. I thought I was just going to get another 3 million, but whenever I recorded it, she did 2 million just by herself. Like 3 times as much as Esperanza did. Another thing is I put Vivian with like, I think she has like 60% accuracy. I'd like to get that higher just so she lands her glancing, but I made her more accuracy focused instead of resistance focused, just so she does land that glancing hit, because that glancing hit I think does 50% less damage whenever it's on whenever the enemy attacks on a hero with less, or with type disadvantage or advantage, one or the other, just lands less damage. And especially with the attack break, them mixing together literally does not a lot of damage. And plus Gerda's shielding everybody with every turn, pretty much. When she gets a turn and loses the buff, she's shielding everybody, as well as she heals a decent chunk, as well as Vivian heals a decent chunk. Vivian has debuff immunity for 1 turn or 2 turns, and pretty much cleanses all the debuffs, as well as Gerda cleanses all the debuffs. Gerda's just amazing with full HS, just because her last HS, I'm pretty sure, is the one where, what is it? I think she has a continuous recovery on her last HS. So she's extremely good, especially with all these buffs and everything that the boss is giving, or that the heroes are giving. She pretty much gives continuous recovery on all the heroes. Hild is built on more of attack base because of his AoE, just so his AoE can hit the mob or the ads that the tower spawns. I need to skill him up just so his S3 does a lot more damage, but I'd say after he's skilled up, he'd probably one-shot most of the mobs with his S3 and do a decent damage. I put it on, instead of like hitting the exterior or the core, I put it on the new one, which is the multi-hitting one, so it guarantees it's gonna hit multiple targets instead of like one tile or 2 tiles when there's 3 enemies in front of them. But Freed's actually really good because she has that big kind of like AoE line. She hits in a decent line far enough away where she can hit the boss and she can hit the ads and kill the ads. So then it lands that what is it? Extra damage debuff on the boss. So she's really good right there. And as you can see, Meryl, most of the time, I think she's only on like 60% accuracy. Pretty much most of the time she is landing that attack break debuff. So that's what's keeping my team alive. I show the stats at the end of the video for Freed, or for pretty much everyone, on what they contributed to like the team comp. Esperanza goes over here and does her own thing for a little bit, but you'll get to see why I chose these heroes and why they work well here. As you can see, she S3'd, got the action opportunity, and then S2'd. Pretty much the boss just never runs out of attack break. I was using Neil for an attack break because he did attack break plus his S1 does a speed debuff, which is good. Freed, I'd like for her to land a speed debuff a little bit more often, but even without that, Hild, because that's her only condition of landing the defense buff or break. So Hild lands a defense break. Whenever I skill him up, he's gonna, instead of a 1 turn, it'll be a 2 turn. So that'll just, in case like Free doesn't use her S2 to land the speed debuff, Hild will be there just to land it too. As you can see, we're about approaching the 3 mil mark. We're at 2.9 mil about. I don't remember the last actual one that I got in here. I think it was like 3.2 mil. It was like a little bit higher than what my best was. Just because it's practice, it doesn't count towards like the leaderboards or anything. But this team is amazing. I think what they need to add is heroes that have good like debuffs like that. Like I was trying to use like a good nature, kind of the same setup, trying to find a glancing hit unit, a defense break unit, a good attack turn or attack break unit, and all that. There isn't really much. Next for nature is probably Boglet I want to build. I think his S2 is the attack break and defense break, so then I'd replace him with from my Sienna, just so I'm landing that attack break and defense break at the same time. I think it's only on like a 1 turn cooldown as well. Scold, I'm trying to find good runes for her. She does decent damage, but I think I need to take out Lucifer and find someone else besides him, because with Lucifer there, he's landing too many continuous damage that Skull doesn't get a chance to land her glancing hit or attack break. But this is coming to the end of the video. I'm trying to work on a 3 mil auto team for nature and water. I did get I think it was 5 million on nature. Put Amon in there, but the thing with that is Amon has the reflect buff, so the boss ends up getting the reflect buff. So most of the time when the boss gets that, it's GG, because your units are hitting so hard and they don't have the amount of damage that your units are hitting. They don't have that much HP to survive most of the time. So Amon was a good choice just because he buffs a lot with lock and pretty much keeps everyone alive as well with the continuous recovery, and as well having Muspel I use as lead. Muspel ends up doing a lot more damage as well, but as you can see here, accuracy, I mean, doesn't really matter on Esperanza. Landing a lot of debuffs. Here's where we get the healing. Gerda's just MVP, does continuous recovery and instant heal, but that continuous recovery is big. Here we get to the damage part of it. 1.3 million for Freed, not even 1 million for Esperanza, and Marrow's actually doing pretty good as well. So that's going to be the end of the video for you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya!